Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be speaking about why am I doing the BCMAS course and why I'm so interested and eager to get certified as a board certified medical affairs specialist program that's being offered by ACMA. So, ever since I recorded my first video and posted it on this channel, linked somewhere over here and down in the description below for reference, I have been receiving tons of DMs on my Instagram, that's MetNerdygram, and also some comments on the video asking me why exactly I'm pursuing this path and what opportunities are there for people like you and me in doing the BCMS program and how it can help us stand out among others in the field of medical affairs or just pharmaceutical industry in general. So I thought about making a video which would be a reference go-to video for anybody who has questions after watching the first video in this series. So if you're somebody who is new to the channel or who's watching this video about BCMS for the very first time, I would encourage you to click on this video or linked in the description down below, the first video of the pharmaceutical industry series that I'm doing on this channel to understand this video better. Why am I finding BCMS so important to do? Firstly, after you're done with this course and you go through the entire process of certification of becoming board certified medical affairs specialist, you get to have a BCMAS title next to your name. So just like any other certification or any other board accreditation program, for example, like you become let's say a board certified pharmacist and you pass all your exams, now you can use RPH, which stands for registered pharmacist, as a prefix to your name to increase the authenticity that's associated with your title. Or for example, if you become a doctor after passing all the USMLEs and everything, you get to keep MD with your name. Just like that, after passing the board certified medical affairs specialist program, you can use BCMAS certified next to your name in your title, which will help to increase your authenticity in the market. Secondly, for someone who's just starting out in the field of medical affairs and who has no clue of what exactly medical affairs is, and in fact for people who have been working in medical affairs for a very long time, there is a ton of information that I bet after doing this course you will get to know that you didn't know of after working for all these years in the medical affairs. So this part of the information that they're providing based on this course is not only going to help you succeed in your career in the medical affairs and just in pharmaceutical industry in general, but will also help you to stand out among your potential colleagues or will increase your chances of landing a job in the pharmaceutical industry. Second question is, what exactly is medical affairs? So think of medical affairs as a medical information center for all the products or all the drugs, to simplify, that your company is producing. So all the support and clinical data is being handled by this very department in a pharmaceutical industry in an extremely systematic way. I mean stuff like any adverse effects that have been received by healthcare providers who were using your drug in the post-marketing phase, or any other information like any side benefits or any off-label benefits that the healthcare providers found when they were using your drug in the post-marketing phase. And all that stuff is handled by the medical affairs department in an extremely systematic way. Do, or what do MSLs, also known as medical science liaisons, do? The simple answer to that would be these people are someone who are responsible for maintaining the KOL relationships. And KOL is a term that you will get to hear a lot if you're somebody who's working as an MSL or if you're somebody who's working in medical affairs. KOL basically stands for key opinion leaders. Key opinion leaders are basically healthcare providers, doctors who are extremely valuable in their field. Their opinion is extremely valuable and they're extremely experienced in their field. Or in layman terminology, they know what they're saying and they know what they're doing. So for example, let's say you are a pharmaceutical company, right? And you produce a product and now you know a KOL, key opinion leader, who is interested in using your product. Your job as an MSL would be to give as much non-biased information to this KOL about your drug or about your product as you possibly could in order to maintain that standing relationship with that KOL to work in the best favor of your company, if that makes sense. This is a very layman's version of the definition of people working in medical affairs or as MSLs. What exactly is an MSL or medical science liaison? And I would highly recommend anybody watching this video who wants to become an MSL, who is already an MSL, to get enrolled into the BCMS program, because that's the place that's going to provide you with so much information that you could ever imagine if you need to become an MSL. There's like a ton of information inside it. And I'm not saying that based on their website or the reviews that I've read. I'm saying that because I'm doing the course myself and I have gone through the modules and I see how much information there is and how much scope there is for MSLs within the pharmaceutical industry. So for the purposes of this video, MSLs are basically these people who have scientific and clinical knowledge, like pharmacists, doctors, nurses, who know the clinical aspects of the drug that's being produced by a company, and they have that knowledge and they have that information on the basis of which they can engage with the healthcare providers for the product that their company is offering. So, for example, this is not your regular sales job where you sell a candy and you tell about the taste of the candy. It's sour and sweet. But this is regarding the clinical aspects and the post-marketing phase of the drug. What clinical benefits are the HCPs going to get? So, as a conclusion or a summary at the end of this video, I would like to summarize everything that I just said in this video to make it easier for you guys. After I published the first video on BCMS and why am I quitting pharmacy in general, I received a ton of requests from you guys asking to elaborate on the process of getting enrolled into BCMS, what requirements are there, what degree is sufficient enough to get enrolled into BCMS, is this something that is accepted in other countries other than US, and I made this video in order to make a reference guide for anybody who's watching the first video in this series of pharmaceutical industry to come to and get all their questions answered. So if you haven't watched the first video in this series of pharmaceutical industry, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and watch that first in order to clear out any confusions that you might have in your head. But for the purposes of this video, let's get right into the questions. So the first question was if anybody with a doctoral degree can enroll into the program, and what about people who have M.Pharm or B.Pharm or any other kind of degree. The reply to that would be a doctoral degree is suffice enough to get enrolled into the BCMS program, but in case you have something like an M.Pharm or a B.Pharm, there is good news for you guys that you guys can also enroll into the BCMS program based on your pharmacy experience or any other relevant industry experience that you guys might have. So that's a plus. I had people asking me if this is recognized in other parts of the world, and the reply to that is also yes, it's recognized in over 80 plus countries. The US is not the only country that has recognized BCMS. It's completely online, so you can do it in any part of the world. Thirdly, in this video, I explained what exactly medical affair is and what people in medical affairs do, because I had questions regarding that as well. And to summarize, for the purposes of this video, medical affairs is basically a medical information center for a pharmaceutical company. So any drug that the pharmaceutical company has produced, the APIs, the ADEs, any off-label effects, everything that is received in the post-marketing phase of the drug is received by medical affairs, or the people working in medical affairs, and is handled in a very systematic way. So you have to run reports. There is data-driven information backed by company-provided software. So everything is very systematic and very organized. This is basically, in a layman language, what medical affairs do. And I also emphasize on what medical science liaisons do and what their role is in the pharmaceutical industry. And these are people who have scientific background and clinical background, like pharmacists, doctors, nurses, or anybody with a healthcare degree, and they're involved in one-on-one discussion with board members, sometimes with doctors, nurses, about the products that the company has produced, and they discuss the clinical aspects, the mechanism of action, and how the drug is going to help them treat their patients better. So basically, these guys are responsible for maintaining a standing relationship with key opinion leaders, which are also known as healthcare providers, who are extremely valuable and experts in their field. And in this video, I also talked about why BCMS is so important and why I find it so lucrative and just something that everybody in medical affairs should do. And the reason to that is pursuing a career through BCMS in medical affairs is not only going to enhance your ability to stand out among your colleagues, but is also going to open up a lot of doors and a lot of possibilities for your career growth and personal development. Not only provides you extensive knowledge in the field of medical affairs, but also equips you for expertise and shows your credibility in the field of medical affairs. This was all from me in this video. If you guys still have any questions, please feel free to drop in the comment section down below. And also, you guys can DM me on Instagram, that's MedNerdygram. Any questions that you guys might be having about BCMS, the program in general, can be answered through a special link in the description box down below. So don't forget to click on that. And if this video provided you any value, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys again next time in the next video. Peace.